Hi friends. Today we're going to do a simple trick of the trade with regards to camping, and a lot of times you only have one stove and you have multiple dishes you need to cook. And so when there is a rice-based recipe, there is a cool trick you can use that cooks the rice on the side while you're creating your other concoction as well. So for this, all you need is a bag of rice, a t-shirt of any kind. I'm using one from camp. Stove, I'm going to use a double burner because that's what I have, but you can use any stove you want. We got our pot, propane, and your measuring cup. All right, to get started, I'm going to get my stove all set up. You can see again, this is a double burner, but we only need one burner for right now. So imagine in your head that all I have is a single burner stove for the backcountry. So I'm going to set it up, turn it on. And I put my water in here. I'm going to bring the water to a boil. I've got my rice next to it, and so once we get a rounding boil, then we'll move on to the next phase. All right, once your water comes to a boil, the cool thing about these Jetboil stoves is it boils water in literally 2 minutes, so there's a little product placement for you. And we put our rice in. However much rice the bag calls for, so follow the instructions right there. You put that in, stir it around, and that's literally it. You turn off the heat. Make sure you got a tight fitting lid on there. And now here comes the fun part. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your t-shirt. Make sure you're careful not to burn yourself. Always have an adult around to help you with this step. And you're going to place this pot inside the t-shirt. Now what this does is it protects your sleeping bag from getting burned or melting, because we know sometimes, excessive heat can melt sleeping bags or plastic. So putting it inside of an old t-shirt really works. If you have a dirty t-shirt that you've already worn on the trail, you can put it in there. I promise it doesn't end up smelling in the end. Then you have your t-shirt. You bring it over. And what you're going to do is you're going to place it in the bottom of the sleeping bag ever so carefully. It's key because you're going to sleep in this sleeping bag later, so you do not want to get it wet. I'm going to put it in the bottom of this sleeping bag like that. And then what I'm going to do is very carefully, I'm going to wrap the sleeping bag around it. And then there you have it. And so what I'll do with the rest of my time is I'll cook the rest of my meal. And in about 18 to 20 minutes, we'll come back and we'll see just how wonderful and fluffy the rice is. All right, so we've waited about 20 minutes, and now's the time we get to check out to see what our rice looks like. At this point, hopefully we finished cooking the rest of our meal. And again, remember, this is what you're sleeping in tonight, so be very careful as you are getting the rice out of there. So make sure you're putting your hand underneath to support the rice, laying it down as much as possible. You can undo the sleeping bag to make it easier on yourself. Pull it out again. It's still very hot, so do not burn yourself. You open it up and voila! Beautifully cooked rice. So it's only fair if I give you the grand reveal of what the rice looks like when you're finished. And there you have it. Beautiful fluffy rice ready to eat